I'm standing in Bridgetown, Barbados at the Nidhe Israel Synagogue. It's the oldest synagogue in the Americas and one of the oldest in the Western Hemisphere. It was founded in 1654 by Sephardic Jews after they were expelled by the Portuguese Inquisition from Brazil, following the acquisition of Dutch Brazil by the Portuguese. The Dutch had been much more tolerant of Jews and the practice of Judaism in their colonies than the Portuguese were. Many of the Jews fled to the United States or back to Europe, but many of them also came to the Caribbean, including here in Barbados, where they founded this synagogue in 1654. The Jews that came here from Dutch Brazil brought with them methods for cultivating sugar that were previously unknown on the island, and helped to expand and found sugar production and cultivation as the main basis of the island's economy. However, due to anti-Semitic laws, they were prohibited from owning land or slaves, which in the 17th and 18th centuries was synonymous with sugar production. And so Jews found other ways to engage in the local economy, including the sugar economy, through owning businesses and other mercantile efforts, including shipping here at the port of Bridgetown. When slavery was abolished in 1838 here in Barbados, it resulted in an economic crisis, especially for those dependent on the sugar industry. Many of the Jews whose livelihood was dependent on exporting sugar fled and went to other parts of the world because of the economic crisis. By the early 1900s, there were basically no Jews left of the original Sephardic Jewish population on the island. However, in the 1930s, many Ashkenazi Jews fled here from Europe, fleeing Nazi persecution, and they took over this synagogue. This is still an active synagogue where many Ashkenazi Jews who still live here in Barbados actively worship. The original structure was built in 1654. However, it was heavily damaged by a hurricane in 1831 and had to be rebuilt in 1832. That 1832 structure is the structure you see behind me. It fell into disrepair following its abandonment by the Sephardic Jewish population. However, it was rebuilt and restored by the local Jewish community with help from the government.